The cat has a water fetish.
Oh,
Oh.
is he like flushing the toilet over and over again? Oh, there.
I don't know
does look
what's
kind of like
funnier.
mine.
I don't know what's funnier, Liggett. The fact that Wickham is like, "Hey, check out my pussy up here on the screen." When this was the new cat that you didn't want a cat, and then you got a cat all of a sudden, and now the cat is on Instagram and Facebook more than Toby is, which means that bastard's probably peeing on you while you sleep or something.
He's done enough of that.
Yeah.
He's done enough of that shit.
Yeah. So we're waiting on Crosby. I don't know where he is, but he'll be here shortly, I'm sure.
Probably a Taco King.
Probably. That would make me really happy right now, by the way. We are early, ladies and gentlemen. We're early because I am going to go have drinks and food. That is legitimately why we're doing this an hour early today. Which is good. Anyway, because we need to get this rolling anyway. So want to say what's up to McTaggart, who's on vacation and not here with us, as well as the original minion, Neil Sabo. I love you, my brother. Lycan in the house, as always.
So is McTaggart in the hot tub, or
apparently, yeah, he's saying he was first to chat. I think this means first time chat while sitting in a hot tub.
Oh, shit.
It's lovely, he says. I'm going to take your word for it there, big dog.
Don't want to see that mental image.
No, don't need to be there. Not at all. Not at all. I think we can all agree on that. We don't want to see each other in a hot tub at all. So let's run away from that image.
Say the last time I was in a hot tub, I'm not going to talk about that.
Okay, there you go. He says, gorgeous doggo, Chad. Yes, that is Otis, the shop dog who's running around out here. He was barking outside, then he wanted to come inside. Now he wants to bark again at things that are outside. So, there's that. He ate cheeseburgers and French fries today because we went out at lunchtime. Otis's favorite sport, catching food that's thrown at him at restaurants. That's his absolute second only to chasing rabbits and mice. I mean, that is his first love. But yes,
is the owner yelling at everybody? Stop doing that! Stop doing that!
Oh no! It's totally entertaining. He loves it. Okay. He's like, look at me. I'll catch it. Throw it. It's all good. Throw multiple. Yeah. He's like Jackie Chan with French fries in the air. So yeah, he is the food catching ninja. There is no doubt. But this week, joined by Wickman, of course, and Scott Liggett, aka Rebel Driver, in the house. Scott, you've been. Oh, and there is Boo Kitty. You have been putting up more and more videos. And on Rebel Driver's Garage is your YouTube channel, and you also have things we're going to talk about later. How to tear your truck up in 3 Easy Steps by Scott Liggett. Like he makes one pretty, and then the rest have to get uglier and uglier just to like offset that. I don't know what it is. Meanwhile, Wickman here.
Buying 2 trailers from the local junkyard. That was my brilliant maneuver last week. Yeah. So.
Okay. Crosby is having an issue getting in here. Says he's backstage. So One of you was stuck backstage, weren't you, Liggett?
Well, I forgot to scroll up and say enter.
Yeah.
And hit the enter button. So it was in that test your mic page.
Right. There you go. I'm giving him instructions. Crosby never has trouble. He's always like the first one in and stuff. I don't know why he's having issues today. Dude, my beard is driving me nuts. I am currently covered in fiberglass, by the way. Every time I move this arm, just stabbing me with all the shards of fiberglass that are right here. All of them are right here. I also have some somewhere in this vicinity. Yeah, right there. All of them. It's awesome. I have lots of fiberglass in me.
Be sure to take a hot shower when you're done.
We have this old like welding blanket or whatever. It's like fiberglass. It's just fiberglass is what it is.
Yeah.
And I can't touch it. Though I can go in my attic and hang insulation without a problem, but
if you touch the blanket, it kills you?
Oh, I have to go home and change. It's that bad.
No, I'm good. Like I have Kevlar welding blankets, and they're great. Like I have no problem with that. But my shop got struck by lightning, and it lit on fire. So this is awesome. And then so I'm fixing the damage from that, and because the shop is made from fiberglass and styrofoam, all of it did its job. Like none of that burned. The only thing that burned was the little bit of wood we have up there. And so we put it out with a garden hose. That was fine. But all of the foam did what it's supposed to do, which is to run away from the fire. It's Class A fire rated because it melts away, right? So it can't catch on fire. And the fiberglass is all like super badass resin in it that is very similar to Bakelite. Like, remember the old Bakelite knobs and everything for radios? Shut up! Swear to God, that bastard. There are people walking down the street in front of the house. And
you need another dog.
Huh?
You need another dog.
Why?
Because it keeps.
Then I'll have two of them barking out the window.
It keeps Otis occupied.
No. So anyway, the fiberglass won't burn. I shouldn't say it will not sustain combustion. So you can melt it or ultimately if you go, with a torch on it long enough, but it can't actually burn. So the only thing that burnt was little pieces of wood. Thank God. Everything else just ran away from the fire. But now I have to replace some pieces of fiberglass and mostly foam. And so I'm up there cleaning that and cutting some fiberglass out of the way that did get damaged. And and so I itch real bad. And so I'm gonna have to take a shower when we're done here. Like,
hot one?
Yeah, totally hot. Like, I mean, as hot as I can stand. That's what I'm gonna go. And then I'm gonna rub myself liberally to embed the fiberglass even more, you smart ass.
Tough guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're looking real tough from your patio there in Colorado. Yeah. Josh Jones in the house, of course. MGB Chuck, what's up? NorCal representing. Scott Malpass says, you need a cat, no barking. What I need is a sign to put on the street that says, for the love of God, don't walk in front of my house. That's what I need. I need that. Okay.
Well,
apparently Crosby is having issues getting in.
So the neighborhood squirrels form my next door neighbor's dogs on a regular basis. They live in the big tree above in their yard, and they just come down about 10 feet off the ground and squawk at them, and they go absolutely apeshit every night, and you can hear them 2 blocks away. And
right.
Of course, it's on the other side of my living room wall, so I hear it.
Okay, well, Crosby's not coming in. I don't know what to tell him. I can't help him out from here, not remotely. So I don't know what.
Tell him to restart his phone.
Yeah, restart your phone.
To restart, but we'll see. So, okay, so this week I wanted to talk about a couple of things. So, the first thing. Now we have horns honking at Wickman's house. Is that what it is? Serious. Like, what else? I swear to God.
Well, 1, the fire station, and 2, I am like right by the train tracks, which is like the main coal line that runs from Canada, Wyoming, Montana, wherever the hell, and goes south to the power plants. So
That's
there's like a coal train that goes by like every 15 minutes.
Oh, now we got fire sirens. Okay.
That was the ambulance. I just saw it go by.
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave you guys to it. Okay, so tell people why, Liggett, you are why you've taken apart your truck. Let's go with that while I'm gone, and I'll be right.
All right. Well, I bought this 1990 Chevy K1500 extra cab 4x4, and it has a utility bed. And I thought it'd be cool to have a utility bed, for hauling the race car and carrying stuff. But it's really kind of a pain in the ass when you want to actually just carry something. It's chest high. The floor of the bed is. And the nice thing is if you want a 4x4 in this part of the country, you buy one with a utility bed that costs like 1/3 the price if it has a regular bed. Nobody wants them. I paid $1,000 for this thing 3 years ago, and I probably got a grand total of $2,000 in it. So almost a year ago, I found a bed at a salvage yard that's actually the same color as my truck, or it was. And being 1990s GM and white, what happens with the paint? It just comes off. It's peeled off to the primer. It's sitting over my friend's farm right now, and on Saturday we're going to put it on. But I've been taking the utility bed off a piece at a time. Like I took the sides off where the toolboxes are. Thank God they're fiberglass because they only weighed about 100 pounds a piece at that point.
I was going to say, did you just take a Sawzall to it or what?
No, I kept them. I'm gonna see if I can repurpose them for a race week style trailer. And then what was left, the other reason why I took the bed off is the floor of the bed is wasted. It's nothing but rust. And I wouldn't put anything heavy in the bed if my life depended on it, because it would probably end up lining on top of the differential. And every time I hit a bump or go down the stupid cobblestone streets we have in this town, you could see just clouds of rust coming out from underneath the truck because it was just falling apart. It just, in the process of removing the bed, I left 40 pounds of rust and dirt on the floor in my garage underneath of the truck. That's how awful this thing was.
Kind of like when Alex Taylor and Lucky started tearing apart that Dodge they built for.
Oh, that's nothing.
The thing.
No, that thing came out of Arizona or whatever, but it was nothing compared to this piece of crap. And so Saturday we're gonna. If Chad gets back here, I sent him a photo of what it looks like now. It has the rusty utility bed bumper still on it. And,
sorry, we have a Crosby here. Sorry, I was listening to you, Liggett. Keep going with your story.
It has the rusty utility bed bumper and nothing else. And I zip tied the factory taillights to the bumper. So I'm not sure if that's roadkill or redneck, but
I think a little
the
of
funny
both.
thing is when I drive it around now, people are completely confused when you live in a town that's nothing but pickup trucks. They're so confused because they see a truck with no bed and they don't get it. Why would he not have a bed on his truck?
Right.
Now, did you use the regular zip ties or did you use the extra wide zip ties?
No, I just use regular, Harbor Freight 99-cent ones,
Yeah, you got to use the extra wide ones because the way the taillight is shaped, basically it slides in and out. So you double them up on each side to keep the taillights in place.
Hold on. Here's the thing, Liggett. When you're talking about crappy trucks, we defer to Wickman. Defer to Wickman. Okay.
He is an aficionado.
He is an aficionado.
I've never had a cinder block go through my windshield, so I think I'm okay. So, but
it was an I-beam.
Okay.
It was an I-beam. Okay, that was worse.
So the great part about Liggett's story with the truck, I have ridden in the truck, and the truck is awesome. The utility bed will make an awesome race week trailer, like really good. Of course, Liggett also, in order to haul junk, because now he owns a truck that's too nice to haul stuff in, also bought what is that, like a 60 Dodge pickup truck bed that's been made into a trailer?
1966 Dodge D100 swept line pickup truck trailer.
There you go.
I bought it at the salvage yard. They had 8 of them. Apparently, people were scrapping their scrap trailer with their scrap metal.
Oh.
And this was the nicest one there. The oldest one there was the nicest one.
Really?
They had like 3 or 4 square bodies that looked like somebody dropped them off a cliff and hit every rock on the way down.
I know people that would pay good money for that are Dodge people.
Yeah.
Well, this guy that has a shop like a block from the junkyard came over and tried to buy it from me when I was hooking it up.
If you had even a single hair on your sack, you would put it on your Chevy truck just for a couple of days.
Yeah.
I would totally do that just for the photos.
Yep.
I should just drive around with that thing on the back of the truck.
That's what I mean. It'd be awesome. It'd be awesome. Because you could put it on backwards even. That would be entertaining. I would totally approve of that.
Yeah, tow it around and put all my stuff in that bed, and then leave my truck like that the rest of the winter. But
yeah, see, because
I've tried. This is the horrible part. I tried to do a burnout now that it has no weight on the bed, and it still won't. It will not power brake.
Well, it made what, 116 horsepower or something the other day on the dyno?
Oh yeah, 131 horsepower at 3,300 RPM.
She's tired.
And then the power curve flatlined like a dead person. Yeah. It was. Oh God, it was horrible.
Okay, well, on to things that are not horrible. On to things that are absolutely sexy and beautiful, and I love like none other. Okay, Liggett knows where I'm going on this, and I don't know if Crosby saw this thing or not. I know that Wickman did too. This is the coolest boat for sale on the internet right now, period. Like, oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
This thing is a 1968 Century Coronado 21. And you will notice that it has a roof on it. So this
sliding roof.
Yes. So right now it's open up here over the windshield. That little nub sticking out is slid under here. It slides forward, so the whole thing is enclosed if you wanted it to be. I mean, look at this thing. It's a V-drive. It's absolutely, actually, I shouldn't say that. It's direct drive, not a V-drive, because the engine is in the front. Look at this. This is the cover where the engine is at. This is a bench seat with 2 buckets in the front. I mean, this thing looks like a 60s sedan. It's so awesome. Like, I'm in love with this thing. And
what motor is in that thing?
It's got a dual quad 335 horsepower 440 Chrysler in it.
Oh yeah,
dude, look at this thing. I mean, okay, so this boat belongs it's in a private collection. The guy is selling it now. He restored this thing completely. And look, see, so here's the window. This window slides forward, and that top slides so that this whole thing is enclosed. You're in an enclosed cockpit. So there's the engine in there. Again, bench seat. So this thing will hold like 9 people in absolute comfort without anybody even sitting up on the engine. I mean, look at that bench seat in the back. It's epic. And I'm in love with this thing. There you go. Dual quad 440, 335 horsepower. I mean, that's awesome. It would be cooler if it had a Hemi in it, but it would totally not be with what this is supposed to be either. Like, this is like James Bond. This is like Venice, Italy, not California. Like this is the kind of boat,
it's pretty close to the Riva Aquarama or some of the other Riva boats that they build in Italy that I'm in like over in love with. And
oh yeah, I mean, I just think this thing is absolutely epic. What do you guys think? All of you people that are in the comments, dude. Aaron Spitzer in the house giving money, dude. Beer money tonight. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to EI, man. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You don't have to support us with donations, but man, we appreciate it. That's super cool. Like Neil Sabo says, that thing should get up on plane. Dude, I bet you that this is an absolute bitchin' boat to just go driving around in. Like, I envision this thing cruising Lake Tahoe. Like, you know what I mean? I envision this thing somewhere, like, just gorgeous and it cruising everywhere. I want it. I mean, like, I want it.
And
It's
how
There's
much
only a
is that
couple of boats
said
that
item?
I know that
It's $59,000. So they're asking $59,900. I'm like 99% sure that was what it was. Let me look real quick again. It is. I ran it on Bang Shift yesterday, day before, whatever, and it is. Yeah, yesterday. It is. Yeah, hold on. 59.9, I believe. Hold on, let me see its opening. Yes, $59,900, and it's here in Texas, in the Dallas area. Niels is asking, is it wood or fiberglass? It is wood. So it is one of the last wooden production boats. So the dude is so dedicated to this thing who did it that it says in the like, you know, notes that some of the emblems, like this century emblem here and a couple of them on the outside of the boat, he had to have them cast, like new ones made, because you couldn't find them and the originals were junk. So Crosby, you and I both know how much it costs to have an emblem like recast. It's not like, you know, that didn't cost $10,000, but it also isn't, you know, $500 either. Like, you know, it's real money.
Well, we have the ones for the Nomax machine.
That's right.
I'm gonna send you three pictures of a boat that I just absolutely am in love with. It's a 1967 Chris Craft, and I forget the model name, but hang on one second. I'm gonna hang on a second.
I love
it's
a Chris Craft.
It's yeah, just a second here. I gotta do a couple things. Just bear with me here a moment.
While also talking though, Neil Sabo says it's $59,999 plus a divorce.
Okay. I am looking.
No way, dude. Your chick? No way. I guarantee you there's nobody on here whose wife wouldn't go, hell yeah, baby. You look
That
good.
only comes when you're launching it.
Yeah, right?
I am looking for photos right now. I may have ridden in that boat.
This actual boat?
This actual boat.
No. How in the hell? What is it? How does these things happen? Like, okay, Wickman, let me hear it.
Well, we know it.
I was photographing the Kills event in Seabrook, Texas. Brian Fuller, as in Brian Fuller Hot Rods, his uncle is the chairman of that show. So Brian's at the show. He was he had the his Cadillac hearse there.
Right.
Okay. Hooked up with him. We were like hanging out all weekend. He's like, I'm doing some video stuff. I'm going to ride on a boat. I need someone to hold the camera while we're riding this boat. Are you down to do it? Okay, I'll hold the camera for you.
Right.
I remember riding in the boat and I was like, why does this boat have a target top? And why am I like sitting on the engine? And why is this thing so damn slow and so damn big? Because it's so damn heavy.
Right.
So I'm currently looking for the photos I took on the boat to see if this is the actual boat.
Okay.
Well, it was faster before you got in it, Wickman.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But
so this is a smaller boat.
Basically boats in 200 cars that are like handpicked to be in the show, but it's held in a country club, and they have 50 some odd boats that are all like wood that compete for in different classes.
Okay, this one's one that Liggett says he's in love with, and it is.
I came across. It's a '67 Chris Craft, which is what it's kind of where their transition year, where they're going to fiberglass, but it still has a lot of wood in it.
Right.
The deck is fiberglass.
That's pretty cool.
But what makes this one really sweet, besides it's just everything else, is it's powered by a 427 Ford engine in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's exceptionally slow, is what you're telling me.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if the Mopar boat is slow according to Wickman.
You remember the two boats that I did articles for on Bankshift? One was the coolest boat ever built, which is a 1968 Riva Aquarama Lamborghini. One of one. It was powered by two 1968 400 horsepower Lamborghini V12s. And I did the article for you guys about a year ago.
Yeah. I'm going to look this up.
It was totally restored. Sometime in the past, somebody wanted just to drive it, and they put 454s in it, but they managed to find a pair of Lamborghini Marine motors in a museum in France and talk them out of it. I don't know how that ever happened to restore this boat.
Big money.
And of course, the other absolutely famous boat, if you're ever from Northern California, is Lake Tahoe's Thunderbird.
Oh, yeah.
So I have pictures of both if you want to see them. But those are the two coolest boats ever. I mean, the Thunderbird is like this big wood, beautiful, like motor yacht that's got a stainless steel deck house, and it's powered by a pair of like Lycoming aircraft engines that are like it's like a PT boat underneath the water. It's crazy. And
so what's really crazy about this Lamborghini boat?
Here, I can send you a million photos of it. I got a ton.
No, I have it right here. I already pulled them up.
Okay.
So what's really crazy about the Lamborghini boat is that it is left-hand drive, which in the United States we only do that with jet boats normally. So jet boats are normally the only ones that are that are that way. So that's pretty interesting. This thing has the twin Lamborghini engines in it, like you said. My my screen share thing is getting angry at me right now. But there's the dash of this thing. And I mean, dude, look at that. I mean, that's sexy. I don't care who you are. That's pretty badass.
Normally, just about every picture I see of this boat has the engine cover off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
there's a padded sun pad that goes over the top of it, but I mean, if you own this boat, would you ever put it on there?
No,
I would want to.
No, because those engines are better than any chick that would lay on the sun deck. So.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, look at that. That thing's a $1 billion boat.
Chad, if I want to send you a picture, Messenger or?
Yeah, Messenger. So, okay, so we're going to, as soon as, I assume you're sending me a boat picture?
Yes.
Okay, so when Crosby's done sending me the boat picture, we'll look at that, and then we're going to go, we're transitioning to cars, and then our first topic of controversial conversation later. Oh, yes, dude. Come on.
That's Scott Smith's boat.
Yeah, dude.
From PPG.
Yep.
Got a Pontiac motor in it.
Dude, oh my God, hold on. So I'm a jet boat fan, like more than I am a V-Drive or whatever. But this is a V-Drive flat bottom that that Crosby has sent.
That's Scott Smith from PPG.
And this thing is, I mean, dude, that is rad, right? Like, that boat is sexy. So Pontiac motor. Oh my God, that's awesome. Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna do something else with this thing real quick. And
what is the box behind the seat?
cooler. I'll open it. Hold on one second. I'm gonna open it in a better deal here, so you can see it better. Okay. Yeah, it's a custom metal cooler.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And yeah, dude, this thing is, oh, I mean, look at how sexy that is.
Oh, hell yeah.
3.2s Pontiac. So is it a 389 or a 400 or a 455 or what?
I think it was originally a 326, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. So the other deal is that cooler there. If I'm right, and Crosby probably knows this, that actually is like, it's 2 compartments.
Yeah.
It comes apart. So it's like a picnic basket and cooler setup that was metal.
Oh, okay.
And like way OG cool. This boat with the pinched rear on them. I don't remember what hull these were, but damn, that thing is sexy. Is it a Hondo? Is that what they were? That was that style?
It may be a Hondo.
Dude, that's a cool boat right there. Now, here's the weird part. So this is a flat bottom V-drive boat, but the wheel is on the left side. That's odd. Yeah. That is not the norm. Although it may have been that way back in the day. But that's the one thing I love about jet boats is you're driving them from the correct side. And the fact that they're jets and they all have big block Chevrolets in them and make big noise. That's why. Because that's what God intended you to do with them. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so one other really cool ride before we get into my next our debating topic for tonight. Or one of our topics for tonight. Because I had this epiphany the other day at Ford Fest. So hold on. So Liggett sent pictures of this car. And I gotta say, okay. Crosby's gonna know where I'm going here. So this is a 65 Impala. It is gorgeous, right? Like, I mean, come on. There is nothing wrong with this car. Like, I want to not like the modern wheels because my normal is to not like them on things that get mid 60s and older. But dude, they're right on this thing. For some reason, because of the chrome hoops and the chrome bolts in the 3-piece wheels, I don't know, but it almost makes me feel like it's okay because they're like wire.
Well, and they left the lip moldings on it too.
Yep, which is so awesome. And okay, here's the thing. Normally, I would bash on this car for that because grille is chrome, moldings are chrome, moldings on the rest of the car are chrome, but the bumpers are body color. And that normally does not work. You normally have to go all monochromatic or nothing. But dude, it works on this car. Like it really works on this car.
I think it has a lot to do with the color too, though.
That's true. That's true because while it is black absorbs light, and yet at the same time, it has the same feel and characteristics as chrome does. So it does. Black and chrome is like magic. So
well, and the red interior too helps.
Yeah. You know, it's always cool when you put a car in an airplane hangar to take pictures. I mean,
I know.
Just,
dude, that thing is sexy. I love that thing. That is rad. Like,
we usually just go down to the end of the block and with all the graffiti
but
and trains.
It didn't come out that good. I tried to take a picture of one of my cars in the airplane hangar, but it did not quite come out that sexy. I'm sorry.
Dude, I think this thing is rad. I don't know who built it. I don't know whose car it is. I don't know any of those things, but oh my God.
Should have used better zip ties holding
It was on an Instagram page with a guy, he takes photos and he renders them. So I'm not sure exactly how much of this is actually real. But I don't care. I don't care if it is real or not. I thought it was just like super cool and I had to have it. I mean, I just had to show it off. It's like personalized with a Z and then it goes ATU Auto is the name of the Instagram page it came off of.
Okay, so a couple of comments here. So Aaron Spitzer says it needs something in the back for the exhaust to exit, but it's pretty sexy. So I disagree, Aaron, but it's all right. I still love you.
I kind of like it without it.
Me too. So Crosby and I are pretty particular on this kind of stuff, but here's the exhaust. Okay, it's just hiding and peeks out. I personally don't like to see exhaust. Almost never. Like my go-to is just hide it. It just needs to sound good and you never need to see it. This is cool to me. But with that said, if they were Frenched into the bottom of the bumper here or something and were really clean, I would be okay with that. But I think they would need to be black. I think chrome would potentially screw that up. But dude, what a car. Okay, so the other questions we had or comments. So Robin John Williams asks, and this is a very good one. Anyone know why different countries drive on different sides? Like who or what created that situation? That's easy. The only countries in the world with where you drive on the left-hand side and are therefore sitting on the right-hand side of the car are countries that are or were governed by the British. That's it. So if it ever was British, then there you go. So what you know is that everywhere in the UK, obviously, boom, they're going to drive on the wrong side of the road and sit on the wrong side of the car compared to Americans, which we're going to use us as the gold standard. Because that's what we do here. So there we go. So the UK, that's pretty easy. Everybody else is somebody that they conquered at one time in history. So Australia, India, etc. So
no, Australia was a prison.
It was. That's true. They didn't even exist, and they just went, oh, we're going to take you over and send all the bad people there, which is probably why Australia is full of such cool people. I'm just saying. So let's see.
Just don't go to a bar with them.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so out of 241 countries in the world, there are 40, blah, 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 68 countries where you drive on the left side, and they are or were once dependent on the British Crown. So they are all areas that are in the Americas. In South America, there are a couple of places that do, but most of them are in the southern areas of Africa, Australia, New Zealand, etc., all of that area in, I guess that's Southeast Asia. So yeah, so that is how and why. Learning something new every day. Let's see. Okay. Whoa. We lost a Wickman.
No, we got a Wickman. We lost a Liggett.
Or I mean a Liggett. Sorry, we lost a Liggett. I don't know. Did I get click happy and click him out of there? I don't think so. Maybe. Anyway. Okay, so here's the other deal. Here's the topic to discuss. Okay?
Okay.
Oh, wait. Here's Liggett. He's back. Hold on. Let me get it. Well, he's almost back. He's trying to be there. I can see him. He's right there. There he is.
Right there.
Okay, I don't know if I got rid of you or you got rid of us, but okay. So here's the topic of discussion, Liggett. So this weekend I was at Holley's Intergalactic Ford Festival and NMRA World Finals, which was a great show. I saw two things happen that were unbelievably weird, cool, sad. Okay. So number one was a dude.
I can't hear anything you're saying right now for some reason.
Oh.
Did you click mute?
No. We can hear you.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, we can hear you.
A friend of mine texted me a whole bunch of pictures of his car, and then it kicked me off for some reason.
Oh.
I'm using my phone because my laptop's camera sucks. So But I have a new camera for the laptop, but I haven't used it yet, so I didn't have a chance to test it. But doesn't matter. What was the subject you were talking about?
Oh, okay. So you can hear us now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. So the subject that we're going to talk about, I'll get to here in a second. So I'm at Ford Fest, and this kid Solomon shows up in this dent side Ford standard cab short bed lifted on dish mags with like 33s, has this custom paint job on it from like the 70s that has the perfect patina. Like, it's beautiful. He goes out in the burnout contest, and this is why you should never enter a burnout contest without first testing your car. He goes out, and the posi unit in this thing is junk or non-existent, which is fine. It's Australian-style burnout contest. It's fine when you turn left, okay? But when you turn right, it unloads the right rear tire, and that means it just sits there and spins its balls off, right? So here's why that's bad. So when you're on a 33-inch tall all-terrain, brand new, by the way, I mean, they're not old, Maxxis, like a good brand of tire, nothing, wrong there. When this is the case and you lay into the thing and you
Why
hang
do I
right,
have a strange prediction here?
Yeah, right? When the right rear tire comes, oh wait, I forgot an important part. It has a Godzilla 7.3 swap with like an 8-speed automatic or whatever comes behind those. Okay.
Of course it does.
Yeah. So when you unload the right rear tire, that thing then isn't touching the ground anymore. So it goes through every gear at wide open throttle, and the right rear tire is doing approximately 11,500 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And this thing turns into like the little dancing Tinkerbell in the...
Yeah, a
whatever
tire isn't, it's only rated for 11, not 11,000 and a half mile an hour. And so
how many digits are in that?
All of them. Yes. When it actually left the ground, I went, woo, and in that amount of time, it went to all the mile an hour. The tire grew like a top fuel tire, except before it got that big, it left the building. And when I say it left the building, it blew. So if you looked over the tailgate into the bed, the strip of the bed floor that is where the wheel tub is, that completely separated itself out of the bed and stood up straight. The bed side, the top of the bed side, if this is the bed side, goes and curls down, right? This is the bed rail. That was sticking perfectly straight up. The bed side was out a foot. The back of the cab was crushed in. The roof was buckled. All of it totaled the truck. Completely totaled the truck in a nanosecond. Now, I mean, the good news is he won the $500 gift certificate from Holley, because that's going to fix that thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It'll buy the right side bed floor actually that he blew off, but maybe the bed side.
No, they don't make those. Yeah. So yeah, he's shit out of luck. It was unbelievable. I'm going to share photos with you. It was unreal. The guy was in shock. Okay, that it happened to, like completely in shock. But
it's probably like a shotgun going off in the back of your cab.
Oh, it was. Okay, so here's where it got scary. So I'm going to show you the pictures here in a second. So what I'm going to start with is the tire. So the reason it was real scary is that afterwards, one of the guys cleaning up says, "Hey, Chad, here you go," and tosses me one. So these are the tires that were on it. Totally good and new and perfectly fine.
Oh, yeah.
This is with a spare tire put on it later. So this is shoved back sort of in place. This is it immediately after. That is the floor of the bed standing up there. Here it is here's the video.
Oh, man.
Oh, no, I can't play the video from here.
Oh
I will find it. Yes. So you guys.
Floor.
Oh, look at how high off the ground it is. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the left front is fully compressed from.
Oh, 100%. And remember, this is a 4-wheel drive truck.
Yeah.
Like this is it's ridiculous. Like it's unbelievable.
Well, he's saying and doing one thing at that particular moment. He's saying shit as he's doing it.
Oh God, yes. So I have the video. I'm going to play it here in 1 second.
Oh my God.
You guys are going
about
to.
Accidents? First you say it, then you do it.
Yep.
So the whole burnout.
Did he have clean underwear on? Yes, they were in the glove compartment.
Yeah, right?
yeah. You know what's
okay. Here, I'll show you. Actually, let's just do the whole burnout. Because it doesn't last very long. God, I'm a dick. I'm such a dick. I'm sorry. I swear to God, I'm not making fun of this guy. I was so pissed at him because it just, oh my God, it just pissed me off. It was so bad. Okay, are you guys ready for this?
All right.
Here we go.
Did he buy the Godzilla or did Ford give him that?
What? The motor? I have no idea. I didn't care about that. That wasn't important. Notice the right rear is spinning, but the left rear is not. Okay, it keeps shutting off. Do you guys have audio? Can you hear that?
Yeah, it shut off like it killed him.
Yeah, so it keeps shutting off because it's running too fast, and they don't have one of the safeties in the ECU isn't set right or something.
Okay.
So he should have just stopped.
You think?
Yeah. Like now is when you stop, dude. Like go away. God is telling you something. Look at how badass that truck looks.
Oh no, it's gorgeous. I love it. I love this special.
Holy shit.
Look at that! Look at it!
So the bed floors on this Ford are 3 pieces. The bed floor is 3 pieces. There's a center
so it's
section
the right
that runs
side
down
piece.
in
That's
between.
what I said. Yeah, the right side piece came out. So they stop him. He's completely stunned. He doesn't know what's happened. So look at the bottom of the cab. It's the whole back corner of the cab is wrapped around the door. You can't open the passenger door.
Oh, man.
The fat guy right here walking is me going, holy shit. Like, it's at this point he realizes how bad this is.
Dude, I've never seen that.
And he doesn't know what to do with himself.
Wow, dude. Hey, did we do it or what? Oh my God. This some odd 1,000-mile truck destroyed honestly, I was going to be
dude, this thing anyway. Has
the worst part is dressed.
That thing had like 57,000 original miles on it or something. I mean, it is legitimately its total. There is no, it doesn't matter. It's not worth anything anymore because literally the front clip and the left bedside and the driver's door are the only thing of value in the truck anymore. And so like you sell them to somebody that's going to restore a truck because it's really nice stuff, but you can never fix that truck. It's Unreal how bad it was. Matt DeYoung from Tucson Dragway is on here, says, oh my word. Yeah, this is, and for a guy who puts on burnout contests, mental note, no all-terrains. I guarantee you that's the, you are 100% right, Robin John Williams. He is lucky that he didn't hurt himself. Oh, it's a Mask Motorsports built 7.3, McTaggart says. But
okay.
It has no, there will never be another all-terrain tire at the burnout contest at any of the events at Bowling Green again, I guarantee it. Jimmy Day, lost his mind. Like, oh my God, we could have killed somebody. Here's the bad part. And I literally have not said this. Oh, it gets
better.
Oh, it does. I haven't said this in public to anybody. So here's the deal. On the side of those trucks on the bed, it was optional, and they were a Ford part. They were about this wide and about that tall. Yes, it's a bedside mounted hook. And it's a rectangle with 2 screws that went into nutserts that were put into the bedsides. And they were like a T-shaped little hook thing.
Yeah, it looked like a boat hook.
Yes, looks like a boat hook.
Like a deck hook.
Yes. So I originally thought that there were 4, but there were only 3. There are 3 on each side of the bed. On a short bed, there are 4 on a long bed. None of them are on the bed of the truck anymore.
Oh, shit.
Where did they go?
We know where one of them went. We have
no
idea. The other 2, no idea. Literally, no idea. Now, the one that was out there on the grounds, one of the dudes kicked it at me from 50 feet away from me. It came skittering across the ground. I was wearing shoes, not flip-flops, and I reached out just to stop it like you would a soccer ball. And the thing hit me in the foot. Didn't hurt me or anything, but that thing weighs at least a pound. Like, it's for real steel. Dude.
Yeah.
Dude. Like,
that's like the flying parts of the old PSI blowers.
100%. Or spark plugs in fuel cars. It's why they have the titanium, little shield that goes over the plugs. Dude.
Yeah, that's why I Radke about that one.
Dude, unbelievable. Like, that nobody got hurt from that. You saw how much stuff exploded from it? I already had started walking that direction when the stuff was still hitting the ground. There were tire fragments that were yay big that, I'm not kidding you, took 5 or 6 seconds to come back down to earth.
What I didn't see in the video is where the tire went, because I saw that it was just
it went off to the left side. Well, left as you looked at it. Yep.
Well, I have a spark plug story. When Wyatt Radke was still, I think it was still a Chicago Trapper he was driving.
Yeah.
They were at Indy. We were in the labor room when Justin was being born. The news comes on. Here goes Wyatt on his pass. And Tanya goes, "Isn't that Wyatt?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Wonder why they're showing that." Oh, shit, that's why. Blew a spark plug out, lit the whole freaking car on fire.
Yeah.
Hence the name Wyatt Radke.
Yes, exactly. And it's so funny when you say that to people that don't know that's his inside nickname. Like, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It works. So that was nuts. Okay. The second cool thing, and I have no video or pictures of this, and I don't know where the video and pictures are, but I'm sure they'll be out and I'll find them shortly. The next, let's say 4, 5, 6 cars later, a dude rolls up in a town car limo of super stretch, where the whole extra part that's added in between opens. So it has actually on both sides actually. So it's like a 6-door, but the middle is, it's this wide, right? It's got to be 4 feet. It's got a 4.6, a welded diff, and a Pro Charger. like God intended. Home Slice rolls up. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I'm asking him some questions. I go, it would be awesome if I could ride in the back of this thing during the burnout contest.
Oh, no.
So I get on the radio to Mike Morrison, not believing for a second that there will be any chance this is happening. But I take the microphone, I hold it away, and I'm like, hey, Morrison, what are the chances you let me ride in the back of this limo for this burnout contest? And he says, do you have a helmet? And I said, does that mean that if I get one, I can ride in it? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, I need a helmet. Of all people that come running with a helmet, Jimmy Day is the one
no way.
hauling ass, throws a helmet at Sparky. Sparky brings it to me on the golf cart. I get in the back of the limo. It's at this point that things get entertaining because I think to myself,
So
do I sit aimed backwards to watch the tire smoke? Do I sit in the normal back seat? And then I think, well, I'm fat, so on the back seat, that's not going to help this thing do burnouts. I'll sit in the front seat in the back, which has me back to back with the driver. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'll straddle the center. And then I think, no, because if the drive shaft comes out of this son of a bitch, I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
And so
on
I'm
those
like,
super stretch limos,
but I don't
they
necessarily
have
want to be on the
no
right
drive
side either.
shafts.
do what?
The stretch limos do not have a single piece drive shaft.
No,
your
they're all
four
seat
piece.
is
Yeah,
where
exactly. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're like every dually on the planet. But I'm like, okay, I'll sit right here behind the driver. Okay.
I'm sure it had drive shaft loops in it.
I'm sure. So I put my seatbelt on. Some dude shoves a GoPro on the window aimed at me. Gas pedal kid gives me his handheld GoPro. And I said, okay, I'm ready to go. Right. So Home Slice pulls around, talks to Morrison. Morrison says, don't kill anybody. Stay inside the square of cones. And off we go. The thing will not do a standing burnout. Like you got to get moving. But once you're moving, the thing, because it's got the converters too tight. You know what I mean? Once it gets moving, dude, it's blazing the tires, right? Well, I'm in the back of this thing aimed the wrong way when it starts to spin. And I turn my head like to look over my shoulder toward the front. Bad idea. I'm like, whoa, head rush. Woo, all right, I'm back. I'm good. All right, we're here. Woo, right? So homeboy is trying to do big giant donuts. And we're doing them successfully, except we are running over every cone that is the boundary. Okay? So at one point, it does these big snaps, right? Big snaps. Well, dude, the G-forces are nuts, okay? And I'm like trying to hold on to the camera and laughing, like trying to announce. I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy. It's awesome. You know, the blood's rushing to my face. I mean, I'm like, wow, we're really close to that wall. We go through to the whole burnout. I'm like, oh my God, I did not die in here. This is the greatest. I climb out. McTaggart and Jimmy Day are like the first two out there. And as McTaggart says, he ran over every single cone on the place. It was so damn funny. I still cannot believe they let me do it. But man, it was funnier than hell. So but I would not 10 out of 10 would not recommend though. Like if you aren't good at roller coasters, you would puke your brains out in that thing.
Oh no! As a chauffeur, I can tell you about 25% of the passengers that I drove could not ride backwards.
Right.
And that's puttering along at 35 miles an hour. They could not ride backwards because they get motion sickness and they throw.
Yeah, and that's like you said, driving around in LA traffic.
Oh,
yeah, it was awesome. Okay, but here's the other thing I learned while I was there. This is our debate topic. So we are always making fun of people that show up at like all the big events and they park their car and they pull their, lawn chairs out and they, shine their junk up or whatever. And they sit there in one spot, like the whole weekend.
I don't get that.
And well, so this is where we're going on this. So I hear people all the time bashing on those people. Like, oh, no, you need to autocross, or you need to drag race, or you need to do the burnout contest, whatever it is. But this weekend at the Ford event, because, and I'm not bagging on the Ford event here, but the crowd at the Ford event is older, okay, than at LS Fest and Mo Party even, which sounds weird, but I do believe it is an older crowd, at least for the car show perspective. There were a bunch of people that pulled in and put their show cars there on display. They covered them each night. They came back out in the morning and like uncovered them and wiped them all down, and again pulled their chairs out and stuff. And I saw this couple, and I'm going to say they were at least late 60s, but probably early 70s. And literally they get there, they are wiping everything down. The husband is folding the cover all up and everything. And it was real cold at night, so it was dewy. That's why they had covers on. He folds everything up real nice. He puts it under the back of the car, right? So, because the trunk's open so you can see stuff. The wife gets stuff out. She has their cooler that says Ford on it, right? They got their Ford, chairs. And she, puts a pillow on his chair, and he gets his stuff, and he sits down, and she puts 2 pillows on her chair, one on the side and one behind her, and sits down. And then proceeds to open up the cooler and pull a thing out of there and pours them coffee, gets out breakfast sandwiches. I mean, it's 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And they proceed to sit there, and they are just smiling from ear to ear, having a conversation and eating their breakfast sandwiches in lovely Bowling Green, Kentucky, behind the Mustang they love, right? The 70 Mach 1, beautiful car. And I looked at them and thought, they're having as much fun as anybody else here. So, is there anything wrong with sitting in a lawn chair all day at a car show? I mean, I used to think...
I don't understand it. I don't understand it. When I go to a car show, because I have friends that I go with car shows too all the time, I put out the lawn chair, and then I'm never in it. I leave.
Right.
I go look, and then I noticed that there are people that stay with their car the whole show and never see anything else.
Right.
I don't know.
And I think that's weird too, because I'm the walk around the show guy.
Yeah.
But is there really anything wrong with it? If they had a great time.
No. Well, one of the regulars that I see at all the local shows, it's an older couple, and the husband is legally blind, and he sits in his lawn chair, and
looking at cars really isn't his thing.
Well, yeah, he is. He's a nice guy, and I talk to him all the time.
God, you're a dick, Crosby.
That was evil.
It was. Oh my God, it's already 7:39. Okay.
Yeah, but his wife they have a 59 Ford Fairlane that they take to all the shows. And his wife is she dresses up like 50, the poodle skirts and all that stuff. And she is hula hooping. And she's in her 60s, and she's hula hooping for 6 freaking hours all day. And in a heavy felt poodle skirt, 90-degree temperatures. I looked at that. I think I'm going to die in about an hour if I ever tried that. But
yeah, exactly.
She's got more energy than anybody I've ever met, and she has a blast. But they don't go look at other cars. No, they just stay right by theirs the whole show. And they're a wonderful, nice couple. I see them all the time. But
so what do you think, Wickman?
If you follow me on Bank Shift, you know that I've gone to a lot of car shows, taken a lot of pictures. There are shows that I will go to, and I'll just do nothing but walk. Lone Star Roundup being one of them. There is just so much that it's damn near impossible to see in one day.
Right.
Now, on the complete opposite side of that, there is a show in Temple, Texas called Ribs and Rods.
It's awesome.
I will sit there in a chair and not give a shit about walking around. I've got my spot. I got my music. I mean, there's just so many people walking around. You can just sit there in your chair, and there's so many people walking around. You can interact with people, and just talk whatever.
Yeah.
And it just
and that is a show that we love to go to. You and I have been going to that one the last couple of years, and it's awesome. But I get there and I walk half or 2/3 of the show before I get to where you are, and then you get up and walk with us begrudgingly, but you do. But otherwise, yeah, so it does kind of depend, right? Like I remember, back in the day when we were going to mini truck shows, and Crosby will remember this, like you would go to a mini truck show like Rezo.
Yeah, but we weren't sitting around because it was a choice. It was more of a couldn't walk any further.
Well, that's true. No, that's where I was going. So we would go to resolutions, right? You go to Rezo, and it's funny to say resolutions because that's only so people that don't know what Rezo is would be able to look it up. So Rezo was one of the premier mini truck shows in the country, and in Southern California, and it was at the San Bernardino County Fairgrounds, and they would literally at like 9:00 at night or whatever it was, they would shut the gates, and you could not get in and you could not leave.
Yep.
But as long as you weren't hurting anybody physically, the cops just sat at the gate and said, don't kill each other. And you could drink whatever beverages you wanted while cruising. There were no burnouts allowed. There were none of that. Everybody was just dragging their frames and the pinch welds off of their trucks, idling along through the show, drinking and having a good time, truck beds full of people. Or you did a couple of laps and then you sat, like Crosby said, until you realized getting up wasn't an option anymore.
Yep. that has happened a few times.
Well, and Bob Hayes used to put a sign up in front of the fence he put around our area, aka negative camber and severed ties, that said enter at your own risk.
Yes. Hey, you know what? My favorite thing about that of the old school, like back in the old days, is how many people in this country still to this day believe that Severed and NC were somehow mortal enemies or something. And yet,
we're brother or sister clubs or whatever, however you want to say it.
Right. But when you talk to people in the Midwest and the East Coast, they're all oh yeah, Severed, man. Severed this or severed that, negative camber.
Yeah, we were only mortal enemies when Daddy was doing stupid shit.
Well, that's true. So Crosby's wall, you can't see the NC sign. It's over your left shoulder a little too far. Ta-da.
World's lowest brotherhood.
Yeah, and see,
ironically, the way it was originally done, I pulled part of it out. Because the way Tim did it looked like the world's slowest brotherhood.
That's awesome.
1 year at Rezo, one of the rules at Rezo was no glass bottles.
Correct.
That's funny.
Yeah. So I'm walking along, and this was when I was working for the beer distributor in Phoenix, and we always got these different things. So I had this beer stein from Lowenbrow that was like freaking giant.
I remember those things. It was like a quart and a half.
Yeah.
It's literally like a weapon. I mean, it's so damn heavy.
Yep.
And I'm walking along. Bob Hayes walks up to me, and he's like, what do you got there? I'm like, water? He looks at it, he's like, sure is a nice glass container you got there. I'm like,
technically it said no glass bottles.
Yes.
Yeah. I think
that sign was actually really more, weren't they more ceramic than glass? Are we talking about the same ones?
No, there was a couple of different ones. You're thinking of the white one. He's talking about the clear glass.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm talking about the white one with the flippy lid and everything. Yeah,
heavy. Heavy.
Yeah.
Then Bob sticks his nose in the glass, and he's like, "What are you drinking? That doesn't smell like water."
It's mostly water.
He's like, it smells like tequila. He's like, smells like tequila to me. I'm like,
still mostly water.
Somebody put tequila in my water?
Water?
He's like, tequila comes in glass bottles, doesn't it? I'm like,
No, it depends on the liquor store. Sometimes you can get it in plastic. It's fine.
So he's like, let me see that. He takes it from him. He like takes one big ass drink from it. And he's like, ah. He's like, okay, you're good. Hands it back to me. That's it.
That is awesome.
At West Coast Nationals one time, I'm drawing a blank. Extensive Metalworks. Bill Carlton shows up with his dually. 6 of them in it. It's got an extra set of tires in the bed. They got a 3-car slant. He dumps the trailer that's got 3 other trucks on it.
Yeah.
And then drives into our area and lays the thing on its nuts and blows all 4 tires off the back of the thing doing burnouts. Dude. I'm like, what are you going to do? Don't you got to drive back to Texas? He goes, we got another set of tires.
Dude, cool. I will never forget that truck and the wedge, because, you know, we had that forever. He was at SEMA with that thing one year, and it's parked with all the cars on it. Like, that's how the display was. Mm-hmm. And I walked up to the thing, and the front tire, one of the front tires was like
showing cord,
pieces of metal cord hanging out of it, right? On the inside, because hashtag alignments are for pussies. And so that
they just put the truck together the night before they left.
Yeah.
And didn't have time to align it at all.
Right. Oh, it was
that thing didn't even have gauges in it. They just kind of looked at it. Yeah, it looks good. Let's go.
Yeah, it was horrible. I'm like, oh my God, dude. He goes, yeah, we're going to have to find us a tire before we're done here. And he literally, it had some, like, it had a 22 or something on it, or a 24 that, like,
they were
there
diesel,
were none of,
they were like, diesel truck wheels that were cut down.
Yeah, that were machined down. Yeah, but there was no, like, this was when you couldn't just buy a bunch of 24-inch tires. Mm-hmm. And they were literally going into the show and going to make arrangements to take tires off of something on the display in order to get home. Like, yeah, for real.
But
Tom Ogren in the house, by the way.
That same show I'm referring to, Jeff from Devious Customs, his 90, I think it was an 89 or 90 dually with the diesel in it.
Yeah.
The transmission kept taking a shit on it every time it get hot. It wouldn't shift. So he unhooks his enclosed trailer off of it, leaves it on the side of the road with the keys in it. They hook the trailer with Captain's truck in the trailer to the back of this motorhome, which Courtney had borrowed from Winnebago or something.
I remember this story now.
They don't move the truck back in the trailer. They just drive. So they're going down Rice Road, and the front wheels of the freaking motorhome are coming off the ground.
Oh.
When they pulled into the show, Courtney goes, hey, check this out. Backs up, throws the thing back in drive, and the front wheels come off the ground about 4 feet. He goes, we had to kick Captain out because he was walking up and down the aisle losing his mind. Mini trucking 101. Don't let a mini trucker borrow anything from you.
Yeah, he was getting those RVs from that big RV place out in Riverside.
Fleetwood. Yes, it was Fleetwood.
Fleetwood, yes. So, now I can't remember who told me this story. So it might be you, Crosby. I don't think it is, but it might be. So, and this is 100% true, I know, because whoever it is that told me, like, I know from the grapevine that this really did happen. But,
verified sources.
Yes, but so a group of people,
I hope the statute of limitations have run out.
It has, for sure. We're in a motorhome, driving down the road, going to some event with a open trailer behind them, a Class C, mini motorhome, right? Like a little 24-footer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the dude driving, like, had the cruise set and everything. He's driving along, and this thing is just going perfectly straight down the road. And he kept, like, letting go of the wheel. And he'd sit there, and this thing would go, like, no problem. It just stayed nice on the highway. And he's like, wow, So let's see how far this thing will go. Well, it went like 5 miles without him touching the steering wheel or anything else because the cruise was on. So he waits. They get to another
autopilot.
another flat section. This mini motorhome is the kind where the dinette is in the very back, and everybody is sitting around it, and they're all drinking, and he's driving. And so he gets up and walks to the back of the RV, walks to the back of the RV and sits down and goes, "What are we drinking?" And it took a second for them to go, "You're supposed to be driving." At which point he calmly stands up and walks back up and sits down. I'm like,
that sounds like a Courtney story there.
See, I think it might have been Courtney that told this to me. It is so unbelievably like badass. At the same time, it could have been like, 6 dudes die on their way to a car show.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, they must have just lost control and went off the road. Like, that's how these dumb things
Why were they all in the back sitting around?
Yeah.
Yes, right?
There's no way the driver
drinking. I don't know. The driver was ejected. He must have just got tumbled back there. It's fine.
Yeah, I look back
No,
at
the
some of the shit
driver
we
was
did.
found
You
winding up
just
in a
shake
ball in the bathroom. That's what he
Right. What'd you say, Wickham?
I look back at some of the shit we did, and I wonder how even survived. I mean,
oh yeah.
I probably should have died at Endless Summer like '98 or something like that, just because it was just alcohol poisoning was just, oh God.
Well,
Aaron
West
says
Coast,
he saw it happen.
West Coast Nationals, I think it was '98. Bunch of guys showed up. They were Marines. One of them, I guess, jumped in the water or whatever and drowned. The guys went back to base Sunday night. All of the other 3 guys ended up getting court-martialed because they left their brother behind.
No
But
way.
he literally died at the show.
Wow.
Bob Hayes will remember that one not so fondly.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, crazy shit happened then.
Yeah, that thing too is like the
Peter's-
water is like 50-something degrees even,
Yep.
like in April, May, June, July, August.
Well, and then you get Daddy up on top of a motorhome with a naked midget telling the bowling ball joke. That didn't go over well with the club next to us.
Wickman, why is it that when Peter Zotti says reminds me about the monkey driving the circus bus while everybody partied, why do I think of you? I feel like Wickman would be the one that would be like, yeah, get on the bus. It's fine. We got a monkey driving. It's good.
Well, what was that movie years ago about the guys riding the 10 speeds, breaking out or breaking away or something like that? And they got the blind guy driving the car.
No, but I
The cop pulls him over and goes, "Why is the blind guy driving?" Well, he's sober. They're giving him directions.
Hey, dude, we know the world's fastest blind man, Dan Parker. Like, I'll ride with that dude anywhere. It's fine. Oh my God. Okay.
I don't know if I'd do that.
Yeah. Okay, so hold on. Let me look here at my notes of what the heck it was we were supposed to be talking about.
Yes,
because we got like.
You mean we veered off topic?
Yeah, only like 2 of our topics were what we talked about, but that's okay because that's better than only 1. So lawn chairs at car shows, racing. We didn't really wind, rain, and flooding. Didn't talk about that one. Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Okay, so Justin Peachy. Justin Peachy was.
Is he like the yellow folder guy?
Justin Peachy won Ford Fest and in Grand Champion competition, which made it the Triple Crown. Nobody's ever competed for this or won this. He won in his Corvette at LS Fest. He won in his brother's Viper at Mo Party, and he won in a borrowed Mustang at Ford Fest. It's a bad dude.
Cool. Good for him.
Okay, so the last little thing, and then I got to go because I'm already late. in 4 minutes, I'm supposed to be at a patio bar. Sounds like I don't need to go to the patio bar. So I saw an interview yesterday, and I'm not going to play the interview because I didn't want to be that much of a dick. With some people from Hurricane Ian, okay, and Floridians. Some of you need help, like to know when to watch TV and stuff. So there are 3 houses on the island. You know that the road is all
the one where
yeah. So these
Sanibel Island.
yes, there you go, Sanibel Island. So these people are the couple that is in the that is being featured in this video, and their daughter have decided they want to go to their house. They've opened it up so they can go, but they have to go by boat. There's no other way to get there. They live where they have like a boat dock and the wall, like on a little inlet, right? So them and their daughter get a ride with 2 dudes that apparently the daughter knows or something. I don't know, not critical to the story. Anyway, with a boat. So it takes them to their house. They get off of the boat. The 2 dudes are with them. They see their jet ski in their yard. It's like floated up and it's up by the fence and whatever, and they get it and they start it up and they're just blown away. Like it's a miracle. Like they've invented flight that the jet ski's running. And I'm like, it's a boat. They float in water.
it's a fishing bobber with a jet boat motor on it.
And it has a cover and the thing, and it's designed to run after being wet. I know it's a miracle.
It's a freaking miracle.
It is a miracle. So they are, again, like they have invented space travel. So they are so excited. The news person following them, like at this point, you don't realize that the news person thinks they're insane, but later you figure this out. So anyway, so they do this. So these people, fast forward, there are other neighbors that are not there. Their jet ski trailer is visible. So they go steal that jet ski trailer, put their jet ski on it, roll it over to the water, dump it off the wall, and it lands and comes back up and it's fine. They test ride it. Everything's good. The dudes that brought them in the boat take the jet ski trailer in their boat and take it back to where the people left from, where their car is on the mainland, so that they can ride the jet ski back. It's a 3-person jet ski. They can ride the jet ski back, hook the trailer up to their car, and then put the jet ski on it so that they have transportation to and from their house, right? Totally makes sense. Sitting like in view most of this video is like a 28-foot pontoon boat, and it's on a like the raised up thing in a boat dock. Yeah, hoist.
Yeah,
and it looks fine, except the bimini, which most of the bimini was down, but one little piece of the bimini was up, is all bent to shit because it floated up into the roof of their boathouse, right? And so it was probably underwater, okay? But it's an outboard on a pontoon boat. Like 7.5 seconds, you can like pull the plugs out of that thing, crank it over, and it's a boat again. Like it doesn't care, right? So I'm like, why would you not do whatever? So they go in their house, they clean the house out, they're doing a bunch of stuff. Oh, everything in the refrigerator's ruined, you think? Like all this. So then the news people see the next door neighbor. This is where it gets awesome. So the next door neighbor is over here, and they go walking in, and dude is like, cleaning up and this and that. And they go in and they're like, oh my God, why are all your appliances in the garage? Well, there's a washer and dryer in the refrigerator. And he goes, well, I put them in here so that they wouldn't go beating up the rest of the house when they went floating around. And the woman's like, oh, okay. And he opens the refrigerator, and they're like, oh my God, where'd everything go out of your refrigerator? He goes, I cleaned it out before. What do you mean? And they're like, well, why would you do that? He goes, we knew this was coming for a week. And the news people are like, so the guy's like, I paid $4,000 for this refrigerator. I guarantee you it works right now when I plug it in. And they go, when you plug it in, and he goes, yeah, I brought my generator. And they're like, what? Home Slice has his pontoon boat, okay, sitting out there, and it has a generator that he is, I mean, just a regular generator like all normal people should own, sitting on it, and it's running, and he plugs the refrigerator in, and the Samsung lights up the screen, which shows you what's in the fridge. I mean, it's a $4,000 badass Samsung refrigerator. He goes, it'll be cold in 30 minutes. He goes, I'm not worried about it, though. It's good. And they're like, and they go, well, what about all your valuables? He goes, what valuables? And they go, oh, well, is this just like your rental property? And he goes, no, I live here. And they go, well, what about all your valuables? He goes, I loaded all of them on my pontoon boat, and then I drove my pontoon boat out of here, and then my truck that I drove to where the pontoon boat is connected to it, and I went to Georgia, where everybody else should have been. And I was
hung out with Mike Finnegan.
The floor. Okay. I'm like, oh, okay, because there are too many people that act as if they didn't know the storm was coming. And the people that couldn't leave, I feel bad for you. And I feel bad for people's houses being damaged. But man, you know what? If grandma's ashes were still in your living room when you left, that's your fucking problem. Like, sorry, dumbass. You should have taken that stuff with you. I am terribly sorry, but you should have, right? So
well, they all act like it's the first time a freaking hurricane ever hit Florida.
Yeah.
Wow. So, fucking imagine that.
Yeah. This is the state where if you have a 2-story house, the bottom floor cannot be insured. Like, this is a thing. Like, that's not new. That's what you live with in Florida. It's fine. And the Florida veterans, most of them are like, it's our normal thing. Sucks, but we'll rebuild, right? But there's some people that are like, oh my God, this I can't even imagine this happening. Like,
global warming.
Yeah, how can you not imagine? So I'm dying, right? Because these people are like, my jet ski started, it's unreal. And Home Slice that lives next door is like, those people are stupid. Like, I don't understand. I was dying. So literally the guy's like, I don't know. All he was there for was to see how high the water went, so he could determine how much drywall he was going to take off. And the answer was all of it. Like, it was, it was way up. And so, yeah, I mean, it was fine. The other one that was great was there was some speed shop, and they put this on their Instagram deal. I say speed shop, some like tuning shop and custom shop. The whole shop was full of cars. Okay. And they walk up to the shop and they're like, I'm so nervous about opening the door. I wonder what's happened. And I'm like, I can tell you what's happened because I'm looking at the ground in front of your door you're standing at. The one where there's like 7,000 gallons of every chemical in your shop in it, which means that all the shit in there floated and then didn't land right. Like, I'm just saying. And so they open the door and it's like, I can't believe the car was flooded and the customer car. I'm like, again, you knew this was coming, dude. Like, if I was I would be so pissed if I dropped a car off at a shop and something like this was going on and they didn't tell, and they either didn't make arrangements for my shit to be gone or to tell me to come get it. Like, that part just dumbfounded. I swear to God, I think most of those people are like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to lie and say I got 30 grand in the thing. I only got 15 in it. It's cool. It'll get, sent off and I can buy a new Corvette. Like, that just pisses me off. There's just no reason for half of the stuff there to be destroyed. That is stuff you could have picked up and carried easily away, And the people that were like, oh my God, I can't believe the jet ski runs. They were like, they said, we were afraid we were too late when we left. And they left like 3 hours before the storm hit, and they drove, like, there was no traffic. They talked to them. They're like, oh no, it was fine. It was no big deal. We made it up there. No problem. And they only went an hour and a half north and they were okay. So
a lot of the flooding, it depends on if it was freshwater or saltwater.
Right.
Well, like the guy with the Superbird and the Daytona, I mean, that saltwater, those things, that water got up in all the quarter panels and all that shit.
Yeah.
Those cars are screwed. I mean,
those cars are salvageable, but they will need full restorations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send them off to a graveyard guy up in Oregon and see him in about 5 years.
Yeah, exactly.
At $500,000 later.
Right.
My daily driver went through Hurricane Harvey in 2017,
Yep.
It got 2 feet of water in it, and let it sit, let it air out. Took the carpet out, and I'm still driving that car today.
Yeah, and
And a
I was
fine
just
piece
about
of
to say,
machinery.
Wickham in Harvey, you were how many miles inland?
Well, where I got caught, we were 5 miles.
No, where your house was.
5 miles.
Yeah, so at 5 miles, Wickham sent me pictures of the water at his house. Was, you know, the little wooden threshold, like when you open your front door, there's the little threshold to step over, right? The water was there.
Oh shit!
Wickham's like, you can't breathe, or the water's coming in the house. And they were 5 miles from the, from the shore, but in Texas, which means they were only like a foot above sea level. So,
Well, it's like that one congressman that thought if too many people got on the island of Guam, it was going to capsize.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there was an elementary school that was across the street from where we lived, and they were actually an official rain gauge for one of the TV stations there in town.
Yeah.
They measured 38.53 inches of rain over I think it was like a 52-hour period.
Damn! Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot.
And like I said, the water
That
never came to
is
the house.
some rain, let me tell you. Holy
Well, the
crap.
first time I ever went to Ennis, Texas, it rained all of it. And from the time of closing the back door on Trader's trailer to walking up to the front of the 40-foot trailer, I was standing in 4 inches of water. And that was the first time I met Brett when he was still driving for BDS.
Yep.
And literally there was 4 inches of water on the ground in minutes.
What's up, Cassidy? The Mike Brooks in the house as well. Peter Zotti asking, when are you coming back to Florida? I'll be there for sick week. I have a friend who posted up on Facebook yesterday and said, am I horrible for posting pictures of me and my family at Disney World right now?
Wow.
I know. I'm like, well, no, I guess not, because, whatever.
That's one of the things I can't understand is like Disney World is like, okay, the hurricane was yesterday. Everyone back to work. Let's open this place up so we can make money.
Yeah. And they were like right now.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because until DeSantis got pissed at them and said that they could no longer be in their own, controlled, unincorporated, whatever the hell area.
Deal.
Yeah, they were their own thing, and they made sure all their own junk was good. So they didn't have issues. They had giant pumps pumping an entire hurricane worth of water out of their place, Yeah. So, hashtag be prepared, like Disney.
I saw a photo today of Daytona Speedway, and like half the place is underwater.
I heard something about that.
I mean, Daytona is at sea level, so yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, I was.
That's not unusual.
No.
I guess there was supposed to be some type of event there this weekend, and someone posted like, "Yeah, it's not going to happen," because it was an aerial shot, and it was like the entire infield and like.
Well, unless it's a swamp buggy race.
Yeah, bringing out the swamp buggies or airboats, one of the two.
Yeah, I love it. All right, we got to call it. Those people that are in Florida, I do hope that you guys are all right. I'm going to make fun of you, those of you that did weird things and didn't take the shit you should have. And at some point, I'm going to meet somebody like Mike, the guy with the 2 wing cars, and I'm going to go, I want to strangle you, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to stay over here or further away than my arms will reach. But other than that, all of the people that could not get out, God, there were people on that island that had RVs on that island.
Yeah.
Those, you hook a truck to those. There
were people that rode it out in RVs and travel trailers and shit, and I was just like, no.
Yeah. I follow some people on YouTube that actually live on their boats, and they were like, so the videos from a week before the hurricane, like, just are coming, because they're a few weeks behind, and they're like, yeah, hurricane's coming, we're out of here. Just what I thought you would do if you had a boat. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I leave the Nissan Sentra sitting in the parking lot there. I don't care. But dude, the boat and like just head north and west, dude. You're fine. Like,
well, it's kind of like when I was working all those flood cars last year. Majority of them came in with the windows down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Flood
My favorite one,
if they left them up, they fogged up.
Yeah. We'll end with this one because this one was my favorite, and I said this on Triple B the other day. News guy is in a 3-story parking garage, and on the bottom floor, there's cars still floating and everything's, you know, destroyed, and it's horrible. Second floor, he goes up there, and this is when it's coming back down. He goes in. The second floor is like 9 inches of water. Every car in there totally fine, right? And the first floor is packed full of cars. Second floor, about half full. Third floor of the parking garage, the top of the parking garage, precisely this many cars parked up there.
I would kind of be leery of parking if it's open because of debris flying around. I mean,
yeah, but okay, would you rather have a palm fronds go through a window or hail damage, or do you want your shit to be floating against the ceiling of a parking garage? It does not take a rocket scientist to know what the right answer is there.
We've all seen the movie Twister. I mean, who wants a Holstein cow laying on their hood? Come on.
I would think that makes a way better Instagram picture than the I was dumb and parked my shit underwater. Like that's, yeah. Shut your damn mouth, Wickman. Shut your mouth.
I had a Sentra, now I have a submarine.
Yes, exactly. All right, everybody. Liggett, I'm so sorry, but thank you for being included on our merry band of weirdos. McTaggart not here today. He's camping. Crosby, which is hilarious in itself. Crosby, thank you for joining us, Wickman, as always. And to all of you weirdos out there who for some reason tune in whenever we do this.
I like the fact that I'm like the normal person in the house now. So I mean,
that is really odd. You are correct.
I don't know. I don't know if that's saying much with this crowd.
No, but maybe we need a T-shirt that says that. Like, you know, it's a party when Liggett's the normal guy.
It's like the guy. It's like the guy that should
now
be
we need
table at Thanksgiving and he ends up at the kids' table, just kind of like mind his business, keep it quiet.
Oh Jesus!
All right,
everybody, thank you. Love you guys.
Have fun at the bar.
Have everybody be safe, and we'll see you next week. We are we're like out of here. Bye.
Out of here.
All right.
Have fun.
Bye.